there, Capricorns, and this is your August 2019 Love Monthly Forecast reading. This is Krissy from InTheStars by Krissy.com. Please do know that this is a general reading, so it may or may not tune in for every Capricorns out there. So please do use your own sense of intuition to relate this to your present situation as well. And it would mean the world to me if you guys can update me, especially at the end of the month, how this relates to you and your situation as well. So, yeah. Okay, so for Capricorns, I feel that the month of August is really a time wherein you can become very emotional. At the same time, there is so much reflection that you need to really undergo. Okay, so that's really just the initial message that I'm getting here. Your first card, though, we do have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is like it could be a situation where things have been stagnant, but from how I am getting this message is that something has happened in the recent past. Or at the very least, it could be happening at the present moment, or it's something that is, there's something in your present situation that doesn't feel so good. It's not really very negative, but it's not really giving you some form of happiness. I kind of feel that maybe someone is challenging you, challenging the current situation that you are in, because it's being challenged by the Queen of Swords. I mean, this can also be you. It could be that you are in a relationship or situation wherein there is something that you really need to think about. It could be a relationship wherein nothing is really happening anymore, and you want to reflect or wanted to do something or wanting to know how things are gonna go from here. It kind of feels like maybe for some of you guys, you don't want someone anymore. This combination has a form of detachment, or at the very least, wanting to separate yourself over someone. There is that kind of energy. And you also have here the storm warning in reverse. Now, this is really telling me that something has already happened. It's in passing, whatever troubles that you are in, or whatever situation that you are in, the worst is over. So there is a tendency that you have already experienced the problem itself. So you are now at the point wherein it's time for you to reflect on what is the next step that you should take. That kind of scenario. So this tells us that something has already transpired, and it's probably something that has shaken off the ground, the foundation of a certain situation, a certain relationship, and it is making you really reflect on things. I kind of feel here that it's like your whole world is turning upside down, and there are a lot of things that you need to change in your situation. Your foundation card here is you have the Page of Pentacles, and this is about a message that maybe you have received, or it could be a person as well. But I kind of feel that it has some form of prominence into your current situation. Maybe you found out something, maybe you heard something, and it is somehow quite bothersome for you. The Page of Pentacles is always a messenger card, if not a person. It could be, you have a child. I kind of feel that this could be a situation wherein either there has been a separation or a long term separation that has occurred in the past. And some of you guys are maybe wanting to rekindle things. And some of you guys, probably has their own reasons for their own attachment. In your recent past, you do have the Six of Swords. And this is always about moving to calmer water. So for some of you guys, maybe there is some form of moving forward that has occurred. This is an element wherein, you wanted to leave a situation, or maybe for some of you guys, you have already left that situation. But there is still something right here that binds you to that relationship and that situation. It could be that, you have a child together, and that is something that is preventing you to really pursue your own happiness. It's like there is always a reason for certain things. It could be that for some of you guys, you want things to work out and all that, and maybe things are going to work out. But I kind of feel with this reading is that there is some form of complex situation undergoing in at the background of things. And there is so much that you needed to think about, like seriously, so much that you needed to think about. Your crowning energy is you have the Eight of Wands, and this is the card of expect the unexpected. Because it is the crowning energy, it is something that you are going to be experiencing. So it could be that you have some form of desires that you wanted to work on, and maybe it happens in a very impulsive manner. Or this could be a situation wherein you are going to be receiving a message of some kind, like things have been stagnant in your life, and suddenly something is happening that changes up the stalemate situation, especially in terms of your relationships or relationship with a certain person, that kind of situation. This can also tell me that there could be someone who suddenly enters the relationship. It could be, from the layout of the reading, it could be someone else entering a relationship. It could be someone going back to you and all that. There is a high tendency that there could be a third party in this situation. So that is just the warning that I can give you guys, especially when you are in a situation where things have been very stagnant. Nothing is really happening so much. I kind of feel that within the month of August, you are going to sense something in the relationship, as if things are too good to be true. And maybe it is, and it is something that you needed to look to, I guess, to really check on, to make sure that there is nothing shady going on in the relationship. I kind of feel that this is a time wherein if you wanted to save a relationship, you really need to pay attention to your partner and not just let things transpire as it is. This is a time wherein you needed to take control back in the relationship. Maybe you needed to do something to liven things up and create scenarios wherein things can be a lot more better for the two of you, because there is some form of coldness in the situation with this Capricorn reading. So whoever it is that I'm tuning in, because I kind of feel that this could be a very specific reading, so I doubt a lot of Capricorns are going to be feeling this way. But I really feel here that this is a situation wherein it's a relationship, that nothing is happening anymore, as if the excitement, the passion has died down. And maybe you guys have been ignoring that nothing is happening, but right now the relationship itself is being threatened. And that is a big deal. And then you have here the Nine of Cups showing up in your near future. And this is always a good card. It means that, there's so much emotions um, you are going to be feeling. It's always the card of wish fulfillment as well. So I kind of feel here that, there is going to be a sudden shift that is going to transpire for a lot of you guys. There could be a lot more engagement in terms of your love life and relationships. And I'm seeing this in two different ways. It could be that things are, getting better for some of you guys. Um, what you have felt before is now changing for the better. There is going to be a lot of social interactions that is going to manifest, but I'm quite bothered by the fact that I'm getting here, an extra person coming in with this breathing, which makes me feel as if, um, to be careful if you are the one who is about to undergo some form of extramarital affair or a third party situation. It's either that you are the one who is going to engage a third party, or you are in a relationship and someone enters the relationship with or without your knowing. So it's either of that. So yeah, I'm really getting here some form of increase of something when it comes to relationships. This could just be, you guys are going to have some form of party and having fun with your partner, but it includes other people as well. So if that is the case, then, it could be that the two of you are going to be entering a phase wherein things are a lot more lighter, more fun, and all that. So it is somehow like a karmic completion of some kind. But with the present situation right now, what the card that is representing you, you do have the World card in reverse, and the World card is still a completion card, but when it is reversed, it's like telling you that there is some form of issue that you needed to reflect on. Maybe you needed to reflect on the relationship itself, if things are really going as you planned, if things are really what it is. Are there honesty or deceit going on in the relationship? There's so much things to talk about, to think about when the world is reversed. It could also be that, there are changes that you needed to adapt on, that kind of thing. And you do also have the Death card with the external factors involved. And the Death card, yes, it could mean that there is some form um, of ending that is influencing this reading. It could be a very transformational energy as well. I kind of feel that there is some form of change happening to the relationships that you have right now. So it's either if you have been single all this time, maybe this is like a big sign that, you know, you may be entering a situation wherein maybe there is going to be a relationship that is going to be formed, because you also have the Hierophant card here as your outcome card. So that is always having a sense of union and completion. Something is over. This is really the biggest message that I can give you. But it does not always mean that the relationship is over. Because this is a general reading, I can only give you guys the assumption of how this may manifest. So it's either a relationship is over, or this could be that the problems are over and you are now, facing a lot more possibilities and things. And this is why I was saying earlier that there are a lot of factors involved in this reading. So it could turn out differently for each and every one of you guys. But at this time, I kind of feel that there is some form of major test that you guys needed to overcome. Regardless if you are going to a point of having a relationship or marriage, or whether you are working on a relationship, regardless of your relationship status, there is something that you needed to overcome. And that is what the world card in reverse is really telling us. So, yeah. But this is always that point wherein you are one step closer to your goal, one step closer to a certain outcome. That kind of energy. Your hopes and fears, you do have the Queen of Wands, and this is hoping for a better future, because we do have here the birch as the rune, and which is always about new beginnings of some kind. And then we also have Ingwas here, which is always about completion. So there is a new beginning and completion at the same time. And we have here the person rune coming into the surface of things. What really bothers me is that, I kind of feel that there is something much more complex going on in this scenario. I did pick some form of clarifying cards, and I got the Milady card, which is some form of a sickness card. And we also have the Eight of Spades and the Four of Spades. So I feel that there is some form of instability going on here. There is a possibility that you don't really, things are not going to be easy. It's not as if some form of miracle is going to happen and you find yourself in a happily ever kind of situation. You also have the Angel of Love in reverse. So for some of you guys, I'm not saying all of you, for some of you guys, you are having relationship issues at this time. So I'm gonna just say this just once, is that if you have been in a breakup and it has been such a long time, and you guys have still not patched up, there is no communication and whatnot, this could be a message that maybe you needed to close that chapter now. There is a need for you to move on, and not confine yourself in the situation wherein there is not much growth anymore. That kind of situation. For some of you guys, this could be, setting a deal to forming a union of some kind. The one thing that I can really tell you guys that is sure to happen is that there is going to be some form of impact in your relationship for the month of August. And it can start a brand new chapter of your life, of your relationship, or it can end it. So for many of you, this could be a make or break kind of thing. So regardless of what the outcome is, the struggle is over, and you can now actually see the result of everything that has happened in the recent past. So this can be both good and bad for some of you guys, but it is something that will give you a sense of freedom and liberation. you know. I kind of feel that this is a better situation, really, because I mean, personally, I would rather know what is the real status of a situation rather than to keep guessing, keep wondering if things are going to get better or not, and all of that. So there are going to be some form of answers that you are going to be receiving for the month of August. So, and for many of you guys, this could be, answers to some form of wishes and prayers that you have been seeking on. Um, so, yeah, I really feel that for many of you, sorry guys, I'm not sure if you guys are hearing, but there's a kid crying at the background. So, yeah, just ignore. Anyway, so one thing that you needed to understand is that this is really the month wherein there could be a major beginning or a major ending of a situation. So yeah, and it could be a very wonderful event for some, and for some of you guys, I would suggest to hold off in making decisions that you might regret. With the world card in reverse, this is about reflection. This is not about taking action immediately unless the action is coming from another person, If if the decision is coming from them towards you, then it's fine. Maybe it's something that has to happen, but if you are the one who is going to trigger the major decision of things, I kind of feel that you may need to hold off with that. The energy is really not supportive for you to take a major decision. You can think about it, you can debate about it, you can dwell on it, but hold off in making that concrete decisions. This is a time wherein you needed to really go inwards, work on your spirituality and all that, meditate and find the answers within. And as I said before, you are going to be very emotional. So when a person is emotional, it's not really the wisest thing to make decisions immediately. So yeah. So yeah, I guess this is what I'm getting for Capricorns out there. You've just been through a lot, and there is going to be answers that is going to be revealed to you guys. So yeah, this is my reading for you for the month of August. Please do let me know how this turns out for you, and I would suggest that for you guys to comment how you relate to this, maybe at the end of the month of August, not now, because I'm pretty sure that for a lot of you guys, the reading won't make sense. I mean, this goes for all reading. When you're getting the reading at the beginning of the month, it really will not make sense. But as the month unfolds and you look back on it, you might pick up quite a few messages here that actually applies to your situation. So it will be very helpful to let me know how this actually turns out and if it even resonated with any one of you guys. So yeah, thank you for watching and tuning in with me. If you'd like a more personal situation that's actually for you, because this is just a general reading, so I'm just focusing the energy on Capricorn in general, which will definitely differ for each and every person out there. So if you'd like a more personal one that is just for you and your situation alone, please do let me know by going to my website, inthestars.by Krissy.com. I do have a section there called Heart to Heart Readings, and that is the place where you should go for a reading session with me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, like, and share the video if you feel that it can help someone. So, yeah, thank you. And I'll see you guys next month.